Hello, my Math Independent Study student. The objective for this video is adding and subtracting rational expression with unlike denominator. So these are the steps. The first thing we have to do will be we have to determine the least common denominator. Next, we need to rewrite each fraction as an equivalent fraction with the least common denominator. Next, we need to add or subtract the numerator only. And lastly, we can factor to simplify our answer. So let's begin with this example. So we have the fraction 7 over x plus 3 over y. For step 1, we need to determine the least common denominator. Now the least common denominator is the product of all of the common factor or non-common factor. In this case, we don't have no common factor. So our least common denominator is the product of these two non-common terms. So we get xy. Now I'm going to go back to each one of the fractions. So we have 7 over x. Now we have to rewrite them as an equivalent fraction that have the least common denominator as the denominator. So we want to get xy, so therefore I have to multiply by y to the denominator. Then at the same time I also have to multiply by y to the numerator. So in this case, I'm just go ahead and put one on top. Now let's move on to the second fraction. So here you have plus 3 over y. Now you want to get xy. So we have y, so you times x. And if you times x to your denominator, you have to times x to your numerator. So now you can go ahead and step 3, you need to add the numerator, not the denominator, because now you can see that you have the same denominator, which is xy. So xy will be our common denominator. So on the numerator we have 7y plus 3x. And if we can factor to simplify, then we can go ahead and do it. But in this case, the numerator is a prime. We cannot factor, so that's it. So this will be the sum of our two rational expressions. Let's look at the next example. So now in our denominator we have x minus 2 and 2 minus x. Now you can see right here that the two denominators almost look the same. It differ only in the sign. So if we can multiply by -1 to 2 minus x. So think about right here, if I say 2 minus x, if I multiply by -1, so that will give us -2 plus x, or x minus 2, which is the same as the denominator. So what we are going to do is that step number 1, our least common denominator is x minus 2. So we start with the first fraction, 6 over x minus 2. So it does have the least common denominator. We don't have to multiply not by something. So stay. Look at the second fraction. So we do x plus 3 over 2 minus x. So we'll go ahead and multiply by -1 to the denominator to get x minus 2. So therefore, in this case, we're going to multiply -1 to the denominator and then multiply the same number, which is -1 to the numerator. So now we are going to simplify. So we have 6 plus, we are going to distribute now, so be negative x minus 3 or plus negative 3 if you want to write this down, the same thing. And then your denominator, this case will be just x minus 2. So now we have 6 plus negative 3, so will be just 3. So you have negative x plus 3 for the numerator, and the denominator will be just x minus 2. So this will be the conclusion for this video. Make sure you write out your own summary for this video, please. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.